Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 Race for an Empire with none other than the House Fleming dynasty. Okay, so here we are once again controlling our good friend King Bohemond I of England, who is excelling as a king. When I say excelling, I mean excelling in comparison to what I thought he would do. Putting down rebellions, getting a bit of stability, and even pressing on, trying to secure a second kingdom title, trying to unify Ireland. So good on him for that. In order to get that elusive title, he has hired the services of Godfrey, a chancellor that we have pilfered from the Holy Romans. Call it a slight little bit of revenge, I suppose. Although you could argue that they're claiming land and titles and we're just claiming a single man. Not quite the trade-off, but if he manages to fabricate a claim on Kildare pretty swiftly before we pass on, allowing us to go to war, claim the land, and then create this kingdom title, I'm sure King Bohemond will be quite pleased with that trade-off. So that is our immediate concern. Perhaps our only concern. So that is what we are going to be striving for this session. That is our main focus, our main goal. It is to capture Kildare and form the Kingdom of Ireland title and unify the lands. All before he dies. Touch wood. Hang on in there. I know you're stressed, but you can do it, Bohemond. You've lasted so long, just a little bit longer to go. Okay, so, looking at our council then. Everybody is doing what they need to do. Now, we do have a faction here to lower the Crown authority. It stands at 30%. At this moment in time. Not frightening, but it certainly needs to be dealt with. And one way which we can deal with it is we can send our spy master to his location to convince him to put an end to this charade. Now he's currently reigning in Dorset, which is here, and therefore if we send our spy master down there, there is a chance that he could convince him to disband that faction. So that's what we're going to do. Put him down there. But everybody else is doing what they need to do, so we're happy with that. The law change, we're still wanting to get to agnatic, cognatic, but whilst people are fighting in our lands and whilst vassals have negative opinions of us, the likelihood is this just ain't going to happen anytime soon. So we're going to have to hold off on that until maybe the next ruler. We're obviously far behind in terms of technology due to the fact that the technology system was overhauled, seeing as after I started this save game, so everything is literally starting from scratch, which means that we are in 1177, but it's as if we are playing from the very start of the game, which is kind of a weird situation to find yourself in, but well, we'll go with it. Military-wise, the retinues are here, and the retinues are currently standing at 8 units of longbowmen. Now, there has been some suggestion that we might want to try putting in some heavy infantry here to make this a self-sufficient army, but the retinue cap for heavy infantry is actually 900, whereas the retinue cap for archers is a mere 500. Therefore, to disband enough archers to get a couple of heavy infantry retinues in there, we're going to have to literally dismantle half of this force, so I'm reluctant to do that at this moment in time. So, but we'll bear it in mind for future reference. We move across then to our prisoners. Now there has been some suggestion that we might want to show a little bit of mercy, perhaps to Earl Mitrofan, as he was once known. Maybe banish him from our realm so that he could live out the rest of his days. He's infirm, close to death. Live out the rest of his days in freedom to mull over what he's lost. But we can't do that. We are a paranoid old man. And Mitrofan just knows too many of our secrets. A close confidant of myself and my father, Chancellor. He knows too much information. Could sell that on to any of our enemies to use against us, and we won't have that. So he's going to sit in the cells and rot, unfortunately. Similarly with my brother, he's going to rot as well. He has too many claims on lands and titles, and if he was to jump ship to one of our major players like France or the Holy Romans, they might see fit to press his claim just to spite us, and that would be disastrous. So these two are definitely staying put. Godfrey, he's close to death, he's 60 years old, he's not going anywhere either. But Aslatin, although he does have a weak claim on England, he's no longer our vassal. He's a vassal of Gerard, because I stripped him of his duchy title, and therefore if we were to release him, he would become a vassal of this man and not our direct problem. He's also maimed, old, also close to death, and therefore I'm not too worried about this claim that he may have. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to release him for a price, of course. Ransom him for 70 gold. So that might just be that in terms of what we need to cover from the last session. As we look to the various opinions of allies and vassals, it's looking good. Only 2 vassals with negative opinion. He's only a baron, so he doesn't really count. But yeah, this man here, if we can get this man to go away, it would be quite handy. Okay. So we're going to try this auto-invite. I'm under the impression that it will only invite the people with the green thumbs up icon, but just in case it might invite others that we're not aware of, and just see how the plot works out. So we're going to start the time rolling. Nothing for us to be overly concerned with, and of course he accepts the ransom to pay for his own release. Why wouldn't you? And as time ticks away nice and slowly, and measles breaks out in Somerset, we're just going to take a quick whistle-stop tour of the known world as it stands. Of course, Spain, with its usual fractured nature, all various kingdoms and duchies all vying for power, of course. The Muslims to the south, Castile and Leon and etc. to the north. We've got France encroaching down here a little bit. A few lands and titles down here, Barcelona, etc. And of course we have got a new king who tried to assist in a war over here. Ooh, what's this? After 100 years under the Kingdom of England, the Duchy of Cornwall is no longer considered a de jure part of the Kingdom of Wales. Let me pause it. That also reminds me about other situations that might be similar. So if we go to de jure duchies here, we can see that the Duchy of Normandy is being incorporated into the de jure Kingdom of England, but that's not going to happen for another 64 years, quite some time. Brittany is being absorbed into the de jure Kingdom of England as well, but they're quite a ways off. So it seems, what about all these lands here? 2371, so the Duchy of Deheubarth, in a mere 29 years' time, this will be absorbed into the Kingdom of England. So, that's nice. But yeah, Cornwall is now part of de jure England, not de jure Wales. Okay, so over here, as we continue on then to have a look at the world map, the Holy Romans, Bohemia's got a fair chunk down here, and here as well, Kingdom of Bohemia, Child King, King Wudekind, Denmark, another big mover, they have some land over here. They're still fighting over bloody Cornwall, aren't they? Poland have got a few lands up there as well as their original lands down here. And the Byzantine Empire still has a fair few lands to its name, although currently at the moment they're in a few wars. Basilis Valerios is defending against Dumanuel of Crete in Crete's war for some person's claim on the empire. Also another person's claim. And of course there is also a jihad for Anatolia, so yeah, he's got a bit of an issue going on down here, but so far so good. Managing to keep the empire relatively strong. So, as I say, a whistle-stop tour. We focus our attention back on this little kingdom here that is growing by the minute. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. What's happening here? Duke Godfrey of Somerset has usurped the title of the Duchy of Bedford from Earl Adam of Bedford. Is this not Godfrey, the person that is in our dungeons? The person that is... we're hoping will die soon. He's now usurped a duchy title. Isn't that something else? And the Duchy of Somerset as well. So literally this man has been stripped of a couple of quite important titles. How on earth did you let that happen? And what on earth does that mean for me? Let me see. So here he is, Prince Godfrey. He has got the County of Essex, the County of Middlesex and the County of Dorset. He's now his vassal. County of Dorset, okay. But how did he get all this land? That is the question. Ah, and now because he is my direct vassal, I can now revoke his titles. Remember, we still can revoke one of his titles due to the fact that he's a traitor. Couldn't do it before because he wasn't a direct vassal, but now he is. So what could we usurp from him? What could we usurp? Okay. He won those in a war. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if we strip him of what he's just battled so hard for? Although he's not battling, he's in prison, but his men, all rallying around his banner. For Prince Godfrey, we take this duchy. And then we, once the war is over, say, not quite so fast. And give it back to the man that lost it. I think that would be quite funny. And he's got far too much power. So we're going to revoke the Duchy of Somerset title that he's just... No, the Duchy of Bedford title is the larger of the two. So we're going to revoke that from you. Oh no, I can't do it. Maybe too much time has passed. Oh, that's not fair. He's a traitor. He's a traitor, man. I wonder if... damn you, old man. Damn you. Flaming hell. Okay, maybe there's a timer to the traitor tag, I don't know. But I can't revoke his lands and titles without penalty. So, seeing as he's in prison, we'll just leave him to rot there. Who is his heir? His heir is... He has a son. His son doesn't mind me, actually. And as we look to the intrigue here, 156% plot power to put an end to this man. Now, what I'm going to actually do is... go through every person in this to see if there's anybody that might spill the beans. So any honest people or any drunks, we shall take them out of the plot. A little bit time consuming perhaps, but my wife has grown old and less than attractive. Maybe a young mistress will bring some excitement to my life. Now would I do this to my wife? We've been married for a long time. She likes me. I like her quite a bit as well, to be honest with you. Would we do such a thing? No, I don't think it's in my nature. Adultery is a sin. Not quite a sin as much, but it's just not right when you have a loving wife. Ooh! The war for Cornwall has ended, which means that one of two things has happened. Either he has died, or... Casus Belli was no longer valid. I don't know why. But I care not. The war is over. And does that now mean, as we let the time continue to tick, does that now mean that England is at total peace? Vassals no longer waging war with one another? I think it might just do. Well, bugger me. Bugger me indeed. Yep. No vassals are now fighting each other, and they can no longer fight because The medium crown authority is in place. So that's another feather in the cap of King Bohemond. He's managed to gain peace within England. Now we could change another one of these laws. We want max feudal levies, city levies and city taxation will remain as it is for now, but the church levies we could afford to put up slightly to large. Let's see if that passes. Okay. They all love me. They're going to pass this law, not a problem, aren't they? They're going to pass this law without issue. There we go. Voila! Let's just take a quick peek at the vassal opinions now then, as we've changed another law. Okay, Godfrey of Normandy. His opinion is now minus 25. Minus 25. Should we release this man? Should we release this man? All he's guilty of is having somebody try to press his claim. Now, did he sanction that? Did he have a hand in it? Was he just a bystander? He's got quite a bit of power, quite a few counties, a couple of duchies. He's a powerful man to allow to be walking free. We're plotting to have him killed. Would it be easier for us to kill him whilst he's inside prison? Perhaps. We'll leave him there for now. Right, this war needs to end quickly so we can start having some feasts. Anyway, some of my people have taken umbrage with the fact that there is a rebellion here that has just been allowed to carry on. Now, the Count whose land has been attacked is Earl Antoine of Vexin. Now, he fabricated or tried to plot to fabricate a claim on the Duchy of Normandy, and the only thing that saved him from having his land and title stripped from him was the fact that well, this place, this county is pretty paltry in terms of its advancements. Oh my godfathers. We'll deal with this in a minute. So that's the only thing that saved him. That's the only reason why he still has this land and title. Now, I could quite happily allow this rebellion to continue so that this man is under siege, watching from afar, chuckling to myself as he's struggling to beat back a peasant mob. But I think it's about time that we showed just what happens to rebels when they rise up against us. We've allowed this game long enough to go on. We've laughed enough at this Earl. We've taken pleasure in him being holed up in his castle like a frightened rat. Now, after several years, we're going to lend him a hand. So we're going to raise our personal troops. I don't think we quite need all of these to come marching on through. We're going to merge the selected units together. Now, if we go to the organisation of the army, we can see that in the wings here, one wing we have a few troops here. The other two wings are completely made up of archers. Now, to get the most benefit, apparently, because these are longbows, we need to put in charge of these flanks English members. So, Mr. Manrique, who's not English, wouldn't provide the best bonuses, although he's quite a great commander. But Earl of Mortain shall lead. My dastardly son will lead the other, and me get involved in a rebellion? I don't think so. There's no need for me to risk my life for such a paltry matter. So this man too. Oh no, he's not English, which means Reinolf, Duke of Deobath, come forth and put down these dogs. So 5,400 men, mainly made up of archers, can now test their mettle against a few rebels. Let's see how the English longbows fare. Meanwhile, these guys can disband. And wow, that was literally done and dusted in the blink of an eye. Barely broke sweat. Right, we're now going to disband the non-retinue troops, which is this here, and re-merge the retinues together now, and put them back in our capital city. So the longbows making very, very swift work of the rebels, and now Vexin is back, functioning and fully operational. No need to thank me. I'm only doing my job. Defeated rebels, plus 25 to opinion. Isn't it nice when your vassals love you?